Hey everybody, this is Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. It is September 12th, 2025. Silver broke 42 this morning. Kind of retracing though. I wouldn't be surprised if we dip back under 42 by time of open. Gold is around 3,648 at the moment. So volatility, we keep preaching it. We're seeing it live, real time, lots of fun, lots of money to be made if we time the swings right. And on that note, that's what we did yesterday. We ended up burning 2,000 face of junk 90 yesterday afternoon. I saw the market spiked a bit, so we took good profit on a bunch that we had bought the last day or maybe 48 hours and before. So we just burned a bunch of 90 yesterday, and 999 silver also that had kind of piled up. Took our profits, staying capitalized, staying funded, making sure that we are ready to buy whatever precious metals you guys and gals out there in YouTube land want to sell, whether it's gold jewelry, sterling silver flatware, gold and silver bullion, gold and silver coins. We are your go-to place for that. And on that note, it's Friday going into the weekend. We're going to do a premiums and inventory update, and we got some inventory updates and premium updates for you guys and gals, which I think some of you are going to find interesting and some of you may not. But and then we'll do a little Q&A at the end. So let's run the premiums real quick, Tim. Foreign gold, we buy it at 98%. So that is your 1 ounce gold kangaroos, maple leafs, Krugerrands, Philharmonics, pesos, pandas, Australian nuggets, and their fractional counterparts. We pay 98% of melt on those. Gold bars up to and including 100 grams, we buy them at 98% of melt or spot if they're 1 ounce. We do buy larger bars, but we send those to the refinery first for authentication before we pay out, but we do pay out 98% on those. Pre-33 gold, 98% of melt. What else? $5 and $10 gold commemorative coins, 98% of melt. And older foreign gold, sovereigns, ducats, liras, coronas, francs, marks, pesos, lira, if I hadn't already said that, we pay 98% of melt on those. Fractional gold eagles. All gold eagles are now minus 1%. So your tenths, quarters, and halves, we're buying them all at melt minus 1% and selling them all at melt plus 3%. So those will drop there. Gold eagle 1 ounce, we're buying a spot minus 1% and selling at plus 3%. I think that might drop come Monday on the 1 ouncers. And I think what I'm going to probably do is just combine the buffaloes and the 1 ounce gold eagles together. We are currently buying gold buffaloes at the spot price of gold. I have none in the shop to sell. If we get any in, we'll sell it at plus 3%. But I think on Monday, I'm probably going to lower those bids and just combine all of the U.S. gold into one SKU and all the foreign gold into another SKU, because at this point right now, premiums are just dropping and market spreads are just really getting tight. So no reason to really tease out anything anymore at this time with these prices and lack of demand. All right, platinum, we are buying at plus 40. I'm going to guarantee that through tomorrow. That's for 1 ounce platinum eagles. Foreign platinum's different. So I'll guarantee that through tomorrow, selling at plus 95, and then we'll reevaluate on Monday to see exactly what we're going to be buying and selling platinum eagles for. Morgan and Peace silver dollars, graded by our friends at NGC and PCGS only. No annex, no ICG, no in-house grading. MS 63 Peace dollars, we sell at 55. 64s, we sell at 65. MS 63 Morgans, we sell at 65. MS 64s 85, and MS 65s 150. This is on the Morgans, that's for 1878 to 1904, so no 1921s. On the Peace dollars, expect 22s and 23s, guys and gals. For both the Peace dollars and the Morgans, it is for common random date coins. You'll see various levels of toning on these coins, and you'll see various generational holders. But these come in random, folks. They go out random. Coals. We got coals. Buying coals now at 31, selling at 33. We If we see a noticeable pullback in silver today, we're going to lower our buy-sell price on these, but at the moment, that is what we are buying and selling them for. As always, Vermillion Enterprises reserves the right to change our premiums on the fly as the market changes. With this much volatility in the market, folks, we have to understand that there can be volatility in the premiums as well. If there's noticeable changes, we'll try to update you as fast as possible, but sometimes there is a lag. But right now we are buying at 31, selling at 33. Don't be surprised if that changes, especially if silver creeps back under 42, which I think it probably will here sometime this morning here. I'm just pulling it up just to see where it's at. At the moment, silver's at 42.20 right this second. All right, coal dollars, random piece in Morgan silver dollars, common date, coal condition, random. They come in random, they go out random, folks. All right, junk 90. We got some dimes in the shop. Like I said, I melted right at 2,000 face yesterday of junk 90, 2,000 face. How many ounces is that, Tim? That is 1,430 ounces of junk 90 I burned yesterday. And hey, as it keeps coming in, we're probably going to keep burning it at this time. But we do have dimes. If you want to save some from the fire, we have some halves in the back that have to be processed. We're out of quarters though. All right, generic silver. We're buying at spot minus $1.25 and selling it at spot. So that's for your 1 ounce, 999 silver, 5 ounce, 10 ounce, kilos, 50 ounce, 100 ounce bars. Anything between 1 ounce and 100 ounce, we're paying the spot price of silver minus $1.25 per ounce, selling it at the spot price of silver. I'm out of kilos and hundreds at the moment. I'm pretty much just green lighting them right to the refinery as they come in. Silver Eagles, we're currently buying them at spot. I think that's going to change come Monday though. We'll see. We may drop our premiums on Silver Eagles come Monday, especially as silver stays north of 42 or continues to go up. Off qualities we are out of. Once we get some processed, we'll currently be selling them at the spot price of silver plus $1. Retail friendly Silver Eagles, we'll be selling them at the spot price of silver plus $2 per ounce. What is the difference? Well, retail friendly coins are coins that are in solid date tubes of 20, no milk spots, surface abrasions, no colorized, no overtoning, no scruffiness in nature, whereas that's what you'll see in the off qualities when we get them restocked. All right, folks, that covers the premium. Some changes, obviously, and we'll see probably more changes come Monday unless we see a noticeable pullback in the price of gold. Well, not so much gold, but noticeable price pullback in the price of silver. So interesting times for sure. Been crazy busy here in the shop. People are dumping. I expect today and tomorrow being Saturday to even be crazier. So we are not undercapitalized. We are ready to go. So wherever you want to sell, bring it on in. Understand if it's a larger collection, it probably won't happen in real time. You'll have to drop it off and we'll give you a call as soon as we can get it processed. Just because of how busy things get, especially on Fridays and Saturdays. If you do want to buy something, we accept payment via cash, wire, Zelle, and scrap metal. So if you have old sterling silver flatware, hollowware, tableware, sterling silver tea sets, or sterling silver rounds, we pay 90% of value for those. And if you have scrap gold jewelry, 8 karat, 9 karat, 10 karat, 14, 18, 22, 24 karat jewelry, we pay you 90% of melt or 90% of spot on that. And that adds up, folks. You'll be shocked what that stuff really adds up to for stuff laying in the bottom of your jewelry box. Lady came in yesterday, sold her deceased mother's jewelry, that this odds and ends type stuff, earrings, old wedding bands, old chains, this old stuff laying around that was very commonplace back in the day. And she walked out with a check for over $12,000 just for some scrap gold sitting in the bottom of her mom's jewelry box. The lady's was totally in disbelief when I told her the number. And she's like, she thought I was joking with her or trying to pull her leg or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, no, that's the real number. When gold is at 3,600 and whatever dollars per ounce, that gold jewelry adds up fast. I will say 99.9% of the people that bring in scrap gold jewelry are either blown away by the number that we're paying them or like totally just like, wow, that's great. And so very happy with that. So if you have any of that material in around, old class rings, chains, wedding bands, earrings, anything you can't wear anymore, it's broken, you just don't like it, you outgrew it, one too many trips to Duncan, we will take care of that for you, folks. We'll pay you 90% of its value. What determines the value? Well, the price of gold at the time of the transaction or silver at the time of the transaction, the weight of the material, and then the purity of the metal. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. It's real simple. There's no magic to it. It is interesting to see how fast those numbers can send, though, in these current market prices. All right, Tim. Got to stay hydrated, folks. We are hydrated. We are caffeinated. We are psyched for the weekend. I'm very, very interested to see what goes on this weekend. And let's see, we got a couple questions, comments that I thought would be fun to address on our last video or our last two videos, I'm not sure. So some dude 84 commented, why you do not buy sterling silver jewelry? Answer the question, please. Yes, sir, I'll answer your question. Why we do not buy sterling silver jewelry. So yeah, Tim, get back in on this. We do buy sterling silver flatware, hollowware, tableware, sterling silver rounds, and tea sets. Okay, so why don't we buy sterling silver jewelry? All right, let's just take a pair of earrings here. Let's see if I can find a mate or something. Oh, here we go. These pair of earrings right here, right? These are gold earrings, obviously, but let's say they are sterling silver earrings. All right, they weigh, don't worry about showing this now. They weigh 1 pennyweight. So that's about $1.70, $1.80. Well, maybe it was silver at $42, maybe $1.90 worth of material there if those were sterling silver. It's not worth the time to write up the sheets, input the ticket into the system for the sheriff's department, which we have to do when we buy jewelry. It's just not worth it. And then when the so much of the modern stuff that's coming out of Southeast Asia is just bad. Mark 925, but it's plated copper or plated bronze or some other plated base metal, and it's meant to deceive, and it's just not worth buying. It's just the time at the counter dealing with something that is of so little value. It's kind of like wheat pennies and buffalo nickels. We just don't do it because there's time better well spent elsewhere. The ROI on dealing with sterling jewelry is not worth it in the state of Florida. Now, maybe if we didn't have to write it up and report it to the sheriff's department, because it is considered a secondhand good, maybe that would be a different story, but in the state of Florida, that is the law. So it is just something we're just not interested in doing. So that is why we do not buy sterling silver jewelry. One, the time it takes to properly write it up and input it into the sheriff's department's internet service or website service, whatever you want to call it, reporting service, and then the fact that so much bad shit is coming out of Southeast Asia and China, it's just not worth dealing with. So that's why we don't buy silver jewelry. All right, Stack to the Moon coming. You're going to like this one, Tim. Stack to the Moon coming. Brian, stop the melt. People don't want our history melted. They don't make it anymore. So I'm assuming that means like pre-33 gold and junk 90, which obviously none of those are being melted. Junk 90 is 1964 and before, silver dimes, quarters, half dollars. And here's the thing, folks. Business owners in this industry, we're not historians, we're not sentimentalists. We are businessmen. We have financial obligations to the people that work for us and the people that we support financially outside of the shop, and to our customers who rely on us to stay funded. So stop the melt? No, we're going to crank it up. And I guarantee you too, as the price of gold and silver increases, there's going to be more and more and more and more and more of that old coinage that's going to get burned. And we are obviously not unabashedly doing it. We are out there open. We are transparent in the fact that, yeah, we're burning a lot of that material. Every day I'm cracking out pre-33 gold slabs and throwing it in our scrap bucket. Same with junk 90. It's getting burned at will. And because we don't want to get caught with a falling knife when the price of silver or gold does drop. We want to make sure that we are taking our profits and also maintaining our financial obligations to everyone that relies on us, whether that's family, employees, or customer based. So stop the mill? No, sir. Or ma'am, we're probably going to even stomp on the gas pedal even more as the price of gold and silver ascend. And it's happening across the country. It's just not my little shop in Central Florida. This is going on en masse across the country. I'm tuned in. I got friends at multiple refineries, and they can't even keep up at this point, folks. And it's not because of me. It's because of what's going on in the industry with these prices. If to stop the melt, it means that gold and silver is going to have to come way back down. And I don't think anytime soon that's going to happen. What do you think, Tim?
I think there's another solution. Buy it.
Buy it. People don't have money to buy it. So, no, I mean, there's some buying. Sales have actually picked up a little bit, but as a whole, the country doesn't have the money to buy precious metals. People who have fixed incomes or what I want to say, do not have a lot of disposable income right now are combating inflation, combating medical costs, combating rising property taxes. DeSantis is trying to get rid of property tax for homeowners. So maybe that can help, but rising insurance costs, rising health costs, rising food costs, just the people who do not have disposable income at this point in time cannot as a whole afford to buy gold and silver, especially at these prices, which I understand 100%. Hence, we're burning it. All right, so mustard and biscuits. There is a shop in, where is it? Is it Hag's Head or Kitty Hawk that is not mustard and biscuits, but it's porn and biscuits. And they put all this fancy swag out. It's pretty funny, but that's what this guy's username reminds me of. So he or she says, I'm assuming that he's trying to bring alive his sling blade here. Why do you price some items at percentage of spots and other items at spot minus a percentage? No real reason. It's just the way it comes out. Either obviously you get the same number. So it's just the way that it gets reported. Obviously do the math and it's the same regardless. FLHR 2000 commented, this business is the standard for selling and buying gold and silver. I greatly appreciate that. I don't know what else to say, but I greatly appreciate that. I'm flattered by that comment. He or she goes on to say, it's so refreshing to see someone operate with no bullshit. And that's it right there, folks, transparency. We put our buy prices out there. We put our sell prices out there. I put my face on there. I'm not some talking hand nonsense. We are live human beings that are putting our buy-sell prices out there for you to see out in YouTube land. And if you think I'm somebody that you want to do business with, great. You know what to expect when you come in already or call on the phone based on what our videos show in the way of pricing. And if you decide that, hey, you're not somebody I want to do business with, I totally understand that too. There's a lot of great shops and companies out there that will be happy to help you, but at least you know what our buy-sell prices are. How's that sound, Tim?
That sounds great.
There you go, and that's it, right? That's what makes America great. We can put ourselves out there and let the free market decide what's going to happen. And in that sense, that's why we coined the term the Great Melt of 2025. because that's what the free market is decided it wants to do right now. So on that note, guys, I am super psyched for this weekend. I think it's going to be crazy. What do the kids say, Tim? It's going to be cray cray. That is what I think is going to happen here. I am caffeinated, as you can probably tell, and hydrated. So let's transact this weekend, folks. We are not undercapitalized. We are ready to go. I've been prepping all week for the weekend after last weekend, which was insane. I'm expecting it again this weekend. You guys have a great weekend. Maybe we'll talk to you again this weekend. Wink, wink, or it'll be Monday. See ya.